Hello everyone. We will start our journey in this channel with the most impressive supercar, Bugatti. Bugatti was founded in 1909. Over the past century, the company has produced many impressive high-performance cars. With great designs, it has achieved records that have never been achieved before in the automotive industry. However, the journey of building the legendary supercars came with some difficulties and obstacles. We'll tell you about it through the Bugatti evolution. Where before Bugatti was founded, there was a person named Ettore Bugatti. He was an apprentice at a bicycle factory when he was 17 years old. He was able to design a tricycle with a Type 1 engine. And yet, Ettore was more interested in cars than bicycles. Cars in that period were not the same as now. The cars had a top speed of 22 miles per hour at the time. And it was very expensive. Where the price of one car was $4,000, equivalent to $130,000 today. And soon after the Type 1 was made, Bugatti looked at the Type 2 design. In 1901 he finished his first car, winning a prize from the French Automobile Club. After that award, a man named Dietrich appeared. He was very excited to design that first car. Ettore was in charge of the technology for the production of cars in his company. And in 1903, Bugatti designed the Type 5, which was an upgraded version of the Type 2. And despite this, the head of the company did not appreciate this car. Ettore's contract was terminated in 1904. Bugatti made few cars before he founded his own company. And the Ettore company name was Autos Ettore Bugatti. The company was founded in 1909. And more than 110 years ago, it was the first real Bugatti Type 15. It was a lightweight car and strong enough to win races. In 1910, the Bugatti Type 13 was produced. The shape of that amazing car was strange. But this design surpassed a lot of competitors, and this was shown at the Le Mans race. The car came in second place for this race. This led to the drawing of that brand in people's minds as a manufacturer of powerful cars. While the Type 13 was reaching 78 miles per hour. But he had exceptional handling, steering and braking. In total, 2,000 Type 13s were manufactured. And in 1912, the Type 18 was launched. It was a very powerful and manned racing car of that period. With a 5-liter 4-cylinder engine. It reaches 99 miles per hour. And in that era, this was an impressive speed. A special version of the car was named after Black Bess. It went down in the history of the automotive industry as one of the first street supercars. Returning to the Bugatti Type 18. 7 models of it were manufactured, and there are 3 models still existing from it. One of the models was sold at a Bonhams auction for $2.8 million. And in 1913 Bugatti developed the BB car, which had its manufacturing license from Peugeot. The car was very small and therefore named BB. And when this car appeared in Paris at the auto show for the first time, the audience was impressed by the car. It is a small and cheap car. And this model has achieved great success. From this model, Bugatti has made more versions than any other Bugatti models. 3,095 cars were produced. Then the First World War broke out, which led to the cessation of production of Bugatti cars. The First World War ended 2 years later. There has become a history event, where Ernst Friedrich won the first major race for Bugatti in the Grand Prix at Le Mans. And 1 year later, Bugatti helped an upgraded version of the Type 13, with 16 valves to win the first 4 places at the Brescia race. The Type 13 was given this name. There is a wonderful model of the Type 30 produced in 1922. It was the first Bugatti touring car. They are designed to be compatible with roads and racetracks. 600 cars of this type were manufactured. And a year later a racing car with a cartoon appearance was made. However, the short wheelbase made it difficult to control the car. Where the shape of the car was inclined by the lifting force rather than the compressive force. Bugatti then took the third place in the race ignominiously. At the France Grand Prix in 1923. But soon another shift took place in 1924. Bugatti produced a version that was the beginning of the golden age of Bugatti. And the legendary car Bugatti Type 35 was born. This car is designed to be light, powerful, fast and attractive. It became one of the most successful cars of all times. Between 1924 and 1930. This legendary racing car achieved more than 2,000 victories in various races. The Type 35 achieved speeds in excess of 134 miles per hour. Bugatti said about the car. No other car was as fast, beautiful and safe as the 8-cylinder car. And in 1926, Bugatti made the Type 38. The luxurious type of that time. The car had 75 horsepower and could reach a top speed of 78 miles per hour. 385 cars of this type were produced today, 40 of them are still in existence. Bugatti has always dreamed of making the greatest and most luxurious car ever. And in 1926 this dream came true. The Bugatti Type 41 Royal was produced. It was one of the biggest cars in the world. The length of this car was 6.5 meters. According to Bugatti statistics, that was the most expensive car ever. But the production of this car coincided with the time of the Great Depression. The cost of production is high. This would have led to the destruction of Bugatti. So, 6 of this type were manufactured and only 3 were sold to customers. And in 1983, one such car was sold at the Christie's auction for a huge amount estimated at $8.7 million. It is likely that this car will be worth a much larger amount if it is sold again on this day. And in 1927, Bugatti produced a new car. Bugatti Type 44. With its 3-liter, 8-cylinder engine. It was made for comfort and spaciousness. And this model proved to be incredibly popular. And he made a lot of sales. 1,100 Bugatti variants were produced. 44 of 7,900 Bugatti cars produced in that era. Then Bugatti Type 46. It was a luxury and standard car that had a 504-liter and 140 horsepower engine. It was Bugatti's favorite model and 400 of them were produced between 1926 and 1930. The model was Bugatti Type 50. It is a sporty version of the Type 46. It was a more powerful car compared to the Type 46, which had a top speed of 99 miles per hour. And the Type 50, which had a speed of 110 miles per hour. And then came the Bugatti Type 55 in 1935. This model did not have any doors. So it was not a practical model. He raised criticism that the engine was making deafening noise sounds when driving that car. Only 38 cars of this type were produced. And in 2020, the Bugatti Type 55 was sold at the Banham auction for $7.1 million. It one of the latest models that was released before the World War II, the legendary Bugatti type was the Type 57. The car enjoyed a new and modern design created by Jean, the son of the founder Ettore Bugatti. It was at a speed of 95 miles per hour. There were many types, including coupe and convertible. Another powerful version was made for the Type 57. The Atlantic SC type. It reached a top speed of 123 miles per hour with a difference of 28 miles per hour compared to the original. This type was made from only 4 models. 3 cars are known location, 1 is unknown owner and location. Bugatti estimated that this wonderful model could now be worth up to $114 million. In 1936 a strange thing happened to Bugatti. The company was going to collapse when the workers of the Molsheim factory went on strike. Ettore considered this a personal insult to him, because he thinks the relationship with him and his workers is strong. He was giving them above average wages. There have also been more bad events for the company, where Ettore Bugatti's son Jean died on August 11, 1939. And this was not enough. When the World War II began, the Germans forced Ettore to sell the Molsheim factory. After the war, the factory was returned to the Bugatti family. But because of lack of the funds, Bugatti was unable to develop a new product range for the company. After 2 years of war, Ettore Bugatti died on August 21, 1947, at the age of 66 years. With difficulty, the company was able to continue and work. And in 1951, the first Bugatti was made after the death of Ettore. It is Bugatti Type 101. The car had the same engine as the Type 57 before the war. Due to financial problems, only 8 of this version were produced before Bugatti stopped production altogether, so that the total output of the Molsheim plant, it was 7,900 cars. In 47 years since the company was founded, in 1987, an Italian businessman named Romano Artoli acquired the Bugatti company and the created Bugatti Automobiles S.A.P. Then the company moved from France to Italy. Then Romano invited some of the best designers to help him turn his design idea into reality, where some of these designers worked on the legendary car, Lamborghini Miura. And 2 years later, on September 15, 1991, Bugatti Type EB110 was released. The new car was to celebrate the 110th birthday of the Bugatti. The car has a V12 all-wheel drive with a capacity of 305 liters, with a top-up charger that enables the car to go 213 miles an hour. The car was also able to reach 60 miles an hour in just 304 seconds. And in 1994, Michael Schumacher bought a yellow car from Bugatti Model 110 EB. This gave the company a great deal of publicity. Schumacher kept the car until 2003. In total, about 140 cars of this type were manufactured. But despite the Italian acquisition of Bugatti, he also faced failure. In 1998 Volkswagen bought and owned Bugatti. In the same year the Bugatti version of the Type 118 EP model was unveiled at the Paris Motor Show, where this 18-cylinder car was designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro. It paved the way for the new Bugatti models. Its engine was very powerful, specially designed by Volkswagen. This gave it a top speed of 199 miles an hour. And at the beginning of the 21st century Bugatti was introduced. The great car that everyone adores. Bugatti Veyron Type. At many auto shows. And this model was named in honor of Pierre Veyron, who won countless races for Bugatti. The most remarkable was the victory in the 24 Hours at Le Mans in 1939. And in 2005 the Veyron Type was produced. Bugatti returned to its glory by producing the new car in Molsheim in France. It is the same place where the founder Ettore Bugatti started. The Veyron was a fast car with an acceleration of 60 miles an hour. And in just 2.4 seconds. It has a top speed of 254 miles an hour. This made it the fastest car in the world at that time. It was the most luxurious and powerful car of the 21st century. The car won some awards including Top Gear. And in 2008 Bugatti produced the Veyron Grand Sport Type. It was a supercar with a removable roof. 150 cars were produced from this model. The first of this version was sold at auction for $3.2 million. A year later, four special Bugatti Veyron models were unveiled. These special editions were released to celebrate the haunting anniversary of Bugatti, where the Centenaire Special Type was launched 4 different colors. And every color has a meaning. Blue for France, red for Italy, the green for British, white for German. In 2010, Bugatti Veyron Super Sport Type was launched. It was a more powerful and faster version compared to previous Veyron models. The engine power became 1184 horsepower to reach 268 miles per hour. The car set a record in the Guinness Book. In 2012, the Bugatti Grand Sport Vitesse was produced as an open-roof version of the Super Sport. Top speed reaches 255 miles per hour. Bugatti produced 252 cars of the original Veyron model, and 58 of the Grand Sport model, and 48 from Super Sport model, and 92 from Grand Sport Vitesse, bringing the total to 450 Veyron cars in a period of more than 10 years. And in 2016, Bugatti produced the Chiron car at the Geneva International Motor Show. And he called the car name the most powerful, fastest, and most luxurious and most exclusive production super sports cars in the world. The Chiron engine has been fabulously upgraded compared to Veyron, with a total power of 1479 horsepower. The car can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds, which makes it the fastest car in the world. The top speed of the Bugatti Chiron was electronically limited to 261 miles per hour. This is because of safety. The tires produced at that time could not withstand the pressure when driving at full speed. And in 2017, Chiron set a world record. It went from 0 to 400 to 0 kilometers per hour in just 32 seconds. 200 cars from Chiron were sold before the first car was even delivered, so that the base price was $2.8 million. And Bugatti unveiled a new version of the Chiron. The Chiron Sport is invited to the Geneva Motor Show in 2018. This version has been aerodynamically improved and is lighter. And the Bugatti Chiron Sport was sold for about $3.3 million. And in 2019, Bugatti produced a high-performance version of the Chiron called Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. This legendary version was equipped with a 1580 horsepower, 4-stroke turbocharged W16 engine. It became the first car in the world to reach a top speed of more than 300 miles per hour. This version is limited to only 30 models. And in 2020, Bugatti introduced the Chiron Pro Sport. Attention is focused on making the car maneuverable to be more agile. So the transmission was modified and the car became lighter by 50 kilograms than the regular Chiron model. Only 60 copies of this edition are available. Dear followers, Bugatti cars are designed for a certain number of people only. And confirmation of this. In 2018, Bugatti released a limited edition called Bugatti Devo. It was named after racing driver Albert Devo. It was sports car with an average engine for racetracks, as this limited edition car has a speed of miles per hour. It was an exclusive car of which only 40 copies were produced. And it was very expensive, amounting to $5.4 million. In 2019, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire was launched. It is a modern version of the old SC Atlantic 57. The new version introduced speed, luxury, and technology. At the time of release, this version was the most expensive version ever. Only one version was made. It was sold for an estimated fabulous sum of $18.7 million. There is a non-standard Bugatti Sport version. This wonderful model was released to celebrate the 110th anniversary of the brand in 2019. This model was inspired by the old model Bugatti Type 110 in 1991. The speed of the new model is 240 miles per hour. Only 10 copies were produced. The price of the copy is $8.9 million. And in 2021, Bugatti shocked the world with the release of the Bugatti Bolide Dream Car, where the France touch entered on this wonderful style. In terms of nomenclature, the meaning of the car was in France. The racing car. It has a more powerful engine than the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus version, with a power of 1824 horsepower. This car is a truly historical legend, so that the maximum speed exceeds 311 miles per hour. That's because it's the fastest car in the world. It goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.2 seconds. This is truly a wonderful history of the legendary Bugatti company. Since the establishment of the company until this day, it produced the most impressive supercar in the world. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel until you get everything new. Wait for the next car. Goodbye.